Hey guys, so this was not the way that I wanted to start my first personal video, but it is what it is. And that's what Spirit wanted me to do, so this is how it's going to happen. So, while I was in the shower, I was directed. I've had a couple today, I'm not going to lie. And, needless to say, they were telling me specifically, if you and or anyone else that is over here drinking to an excess, and from the number that I got was more than 1 to 2 drinks per day, you naturally lower your resonance. So, with that said, when you're over here lowering your resonance, that gives accessibility to lower deities and or lower entities to accept and or assume your soul essence. With that said, what's going on is when you're over here assuming that you're having fun with a high vibration, naturally the alcohol lowers the vibration to a certain extent. Shut up, Milo! So, when you get to this lower state of being, damn it, let me shut the door. When you get to this lower state of being, these entities, while you are drunk and or fucked up, either way you want to put it, can assume you, attach to you. Normally they attach to and or your back. So most people might assume that it's back pain, but it's not back pain. It's actually an entity. And what's funny, when we were doing the podcast this past week, one of the girls, Brenda specifically, spotted someone that was riding my back from when I went shopping this past week, right? Well, when you're out running and walking along other people that are over here that live in a lower existence of living, when they are living in that existence of living, and they naturally hold on to these entities. Whether you want to accept it or not, it's the damn truth, right? Okay, so as we get into it, I ran into a lady with short brown hair at a store that had an entity on her back, and she followed me home. So it's not just anybody that's off the street or somebody that you assume that is not able to communicate with spirit and or able to channel things. Anybody can be attached to these entities. The problem is most people don't accept the entities. And that's where we're at today. So it's either you assume these entities exist and rebuke them from your body to become the best person that you can be. God damn, that dog is bad tonight. Or you live with these entities, living attached to your soul essence, sucking you dry for the remainder of your life. Well, maybe not the remainder of your life, because I've seen them jump, because they become body jumpers, right? And when they become body jumpers, what happens is they will consume you until you are a POS, and then they will then jump to somebody else when you're probably in the hospital and or in rehabilitation. When you're really, really sick, these little entities will jump from you to somebody else that will be stronger, so they can then consume them. So, at that point, you will lose that entity, but the astral threads are still there, right? So when the astral threads are still upon this person and or you, it doesn't matter. They can still relate and push it back towards you with another entity. These entities have threads, and it's just remarkable the things that I've been able to see over the years and the things that I hear from others. And it's just sad from a point, because from where I first started, right? I first started where my mother was having all these health issues. Well, first I was run over by a truck. We thought that was God's doing, but come to find out, it's not God's doing. It was a fucking hex, right? So, after years have passed, my mother has gotten sick and ill for many, many, many years. Come to find out, it was a Cuban that has hexed the family, the entire family, with a death hex through Santeria. I'm not saying Santeria is bad. I'm not saying Santeria is good. The thing is all magic is neutral. But the thing is when you're using it with a type of blood magic to where you can create and force other family members and or people to have health problems, that's bad. In my opinion, you do not harm people intentionally by a blood magic ritual. I don't give a fuck who you are. It is what it is. And if you cannot have someone in your life naturally, there is no reason for you to continue on with that person. So this guy specifically thought that he should have this person in my family to continue on with him specifically in a relationship. Since that did not happen, he hexed the whole family. Since then, he hexed all the way back. So we ended up calling a reincarnated angel. Her name, I don't remember her name. I'll have to reference this at a later date. But I ended up calling her while she was doing her work, calling out these demons that he called upon. That was a type of portal in my brother's bedroom in my parents' home. I had to sit there and watch this demon turn into 3 different children, assuming that these children were good people. Come to find out, they were all demons. Every last one of them were demons, right? So you would assume, cleaning up the clothes in the bathroom. You would assume that children would be a positive attribute while speaking to. That's not the case. A lot of times when you're over here speaking to demons, they will specifically turn into children to make you assume that they are better than, so they can manipulate you, use you, and then conform to what you need. So that's where we're at today. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. Bye, guys.